All right, so look, school. Okay, I made a video about school a long time ago, but I'm gonna kind of expand on that. So I'm gonna explain something, right? So when you're in school, grades don't matter. The only reason grades could matter is if you're going to college. But let me explain something, okay? I'm gonna explain something. Long story short, if you're trying to go to college, grades mean everything. That's important. But if you're not trying to go to college, it don't mean anything. Okay? Let me explain. Let's say you want to let's say you want to go to college and to get a degree on how to build a house or something like that, or basically developing a house. If you get all D's, that's bad, bro. You need to, bro. Do you know how much work it takes to building a house? That's not everybody can do that. Okay, that's something that only certain people do with a high level degree, who know how to, the square area, all that. Now that's actually important. If you like, grades matter in college because if you're trying to get to a certain degree, like a doctor, or like something like a football in college, grade they do matter. That's actually important because college, that's actually important. If you're trying to go to college, you need to do your best, and not everyone's meant for college, but that's just how it is, bro. That's why you really, yeah, grades do matter in college. You can't be getting all Fs and expect to operate on a person in surgery. You can't get all Ds and straight to be in the NBA. Okay, grades do matter in college. Now let's say you want to be like me and you don't want to go to college. You know you can be successful without college. Grades don't matter. Okay. All right. So look, I'm in seventh grade, right? I got 5 years left of school, and I haven't, bro. All the stuff I've learned, I've never used in real life. Okay. Like I'm in seventh grade, y'all. I've learned a lot of things, and I ain't never used in real life. I'm talking like middle school level, and I haven't even finished school yet. But it's like a lot of things you learn, you just don't use. It's pointless, and that's where the grading system comes in. So a lot of kids don't think like this because they kind of programmed in a sense. But when a kid gets a bad grade, they get upset. They don't really think that they don't really they make a mistake in a test and they get a bad grade. They don't love themselves. They hate themselves for it. And they start to cry and get depressed over a bad grade or all F's or all D's. And that kid doesn't realize, unless you mess around in class, that's your fault. But if you actually taking the time and doing work, you studying and you still get straight D's, that kid doesn't realize they're doing the best they can. But even though they're doing the best they can, they still crying and getting mad, getting upset. Their parents might get upset at them, you know, and that's just sad, bro. It's sad, you know. Now, me personally, I'm not saying this to brag because it's nothing to brag about at all. I make straight A's. I'm a straight A student, and to be honest, there's nothing to it. It's really not hard to make straight A's if you really take the time to be dedicated to it. And I remember when I was in fourth grade, not that long ago, I made straight A's consecutively. Um, and when I made like a bad grade, I didn't cry, but I got mad at myself a little bit. Nowadays, I'm not like that, but I still do make straight A's, but if I don't really cry over it. I don't punch myself or mentally. I mean like beat myself up, not physically, mentally. I don't get upset over it. I know I do the best I can, and my parents know that too. You know, not everybody parents. I'm fortunate to be in a dope family that actually knows a thing or two about this world. So if I get like a bad grade, they gonna understand I did the best I could. But not a lot of parents are like that. When they see a bad grade, they see a failed student. They see a child that didn't do their best. Like even if that child did their best, they not really gonna see that you know. And like I said, I do make straight A's, but just because I make straight A's and you make straight D's, we the same people. We're no different from each other. Okay, so if you get straight F's or straight D's or C's, for example, C's like in the middle class. If you're doing everything in your power, I mean you barely even relax because you so focused in school, and you get straight C's, that's just the best you can do. And I'm not saying that you can't do, but I mean you barely have any time to yourself. You study 24/7. You pay attention, and you might get you. It's like you can't get an A. That maybe that's just how it is. I'm not saying you can't get straight A's. You can, but if you cannot get to straight A's, then it's okay. You're doing the best you can. You know, if you passed one grade with like a D or a C, you passed. You did the best you could. You know, you gotta realize that. You know, grades don't matter in school. I'm not talking about college is different. College is different. I'm gonna get to that in a second. But when it comes to school, grades don't really matter that much. Grades are there to see how a student is excelling. Like for example, this. I just thought about this right now. Let's say let's say a kid, right, is making like D's and C's in school. They might be dumb in school, but how do you not know? How do you know them outside of life? They might get clowned by every kid. Oh, look, it's Josh, the dumb kid, right? But how do you not know that kid might be learning something at home, or how do you know he might be trying to start his business? Like he might be looking up at like he could be really smart out in the real world, but in school he might be kind of he might not pick up at school as the other kids. You feel me? You never know. You never know that person that gets D's and F's in school. They might be an entirely different, intelligent person when they go out when they go home. Yo, mom, I'm about to learn how to Bitcoin mine or something. You never know. You can't judge a book by its cover. You can't call somebody stupid without knowing that person in school. Just because they make straight F's does not mean they're stupid. Okay? That's just something the school has done to... Bro, I'm telling you, man, grades can, they can mess up a person. They can mess with a person, bro. It's sad. I hate that when a person... Not even kids, too, even, teenagers. Young adults in high school, man. They get bad grades and they might beat themselves up for it or something like that. And I hate to see that. I don't like to see that at all. I had a close friend. I'm not going to say that person. I'm not even going to say their gender. I'm not even going to say their gender. I'll be that secretive. But I have a friend, and they always get straight A's. They've been doing that. They said they've been doing that since 3rd grade, which is extremely impressive. They in 6th now. I'm sorry, they in 7th now. But they said they've been getting straight A's since 3rd grade. And in 4th grade, that person got all straight A's. In 5th grade, that person got all straight A's. This person is very well knowledgeable. And bro, one time, bro, out of all the times he got straight A's, he got a bad grade. He got a bad grade. And he was like this, and he was like this. He had his hoodie over his face, and he didn't cry, but he was sad. And I looked at him like, dang, man, I feel bad for him for doing that. Bro, it's not that serious, bro. Like, even though this man is very intelligent, this man got one bad grade, and it was like, he was upset at himself. Now, only the creator knows what he was thinking in his mind. Only that thing, whatever it is, knows, but I feel bad for him at that moment, because, like, that really, I'd hate to see that person, who was really kind, too. He was dope. It was a dope person. That person was dope. But I hate seeing that person just be like that, like just be so sad over like one bad grade and all the good, the straight A's are all outweigh the bad ones. That he barely had any bad grades. A straight A student is no different from a straight F person, bro. If I make straight A's, which I do, I ain't no different from you. Okay? I'm no different from you. Unless you're like another gender, which is a girl or something like that. But other than that, besides gender-wise, we are the same thing, bro. We are both made from the creator, right? Okay, boom. So why are you crying over a grade? That doesn't matter. You do the best you can do, bro. If the best I can do is make straight A's, that's cool. If the best you can do is make C's, that's cool, bro. You're just doing the best you can do. I'm not saying you can't make straight A's. I'm not saying you can't stick to a grade. You can. I believe in you. But just keep doing you, bro. If you getting bad grades in school, and you really, I'm talking like, I'm not saying if you goofing off, I'm saying if you really are trying, you still get bad grades, it's okay. That's just, not everybody can get straight A's, but it's okay. It's really, like, give me getting straight A's, it's not that serious, I don't brag about it. Yo, I got straight A's, bruh. I used to. Not that long ago actually. I used to brag about it, but I don't know. It's nothing to really brag on now. That was before I'm like smart as I am now. Well, maybe I was smart, but I bragged about it, and it didn't feel good. It just was boring to brag about that. It didn't really feel good. But I don't really do that now. If I get straight A's in school, I don't really show it to no one. I'd be happy, like, yo, kid, that kid, congratulations. I'd be like, okay, I don't really get excited. It's just not that hard. And it's nothing really to be proud of to me. Like, it's not that serious, I would say. But, yeah, don't get sad or emotional over a grade. It's not that serious. Now, if you in college, I told you I would get to the college, didn't I? Now, look, this is where it comes kind of important. Now, what I talked about was in grade school, elementary, we got with the high school. Now, when it comes to college, this is an entirely different story. The only, hold on, y'all. The only reason grades matter in college is because they just do. It's kind of just always gonna be like that, bro. You cannot expect to be a basketball player in the training, the G League or whatever league, or the NBA, and it get like straight C's. You have to like really get straight A's in college, or get good, not straight, but just something good. Because look, if a person gets straight F's or D's in school, the school might not mind that, but the college will, because like I said, bro. Okay, let's say you want to manage in making electronics, like whether it be a video game console, a TV, anything electronic, right? Let's say you want to do a major in that. I don't know exactly what it's called, like a technician or something. Like you yourself could possibly make a processor, an Intel i5, i11, i15, or something like that, right? But it's a lot of knowledge to that. Knowing how a graphics card works, knowing how a PlayStation 5 works, like knowing how a TV, like you want to know that, right? You want to kind of learn that. Okay, now you got to realize too, this is important. A lot of people have TVs, laptops. Some people even have gaming laptops. i7s, i9s, GTX 380. Bro, not everybody has that stuff be kind of expensive, but some people have stuff like that. And when a person spends money on a product, they expect it to be used, bruh. If a GTX 380 Ti costs $2,000, they're gonna expect it to work, bro. If a PS5 costs $500, they're gonna expect it to work. If a laptop, bro, you see what I'm saying? So, example, let's say you got straight A's, right? But you cheated and got straight A's. You got straight A's, and out of them A's are like D's and F's, right? But the college didn't know because you cheated. You basically had like a really smart friend or something who told you all the answers. 3 years later, you're in a company, right? And you start to develop the i11, a processor that is so unique. It can run literally under a millisecond, a pinosecond, a nanosecond response time. Yes, you heard me right. A nanosecond response time. You heard me. Now, obviously, it takes a lot to. I don't even know it's possible to make. But basically, you're the head leader because you got the highest grade in college. Now, hey, you got everybody help you, right? So basically, boom, 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 you messed up. You don't know what you're doing, right? And you get fired. You lose thousands of thousands, or maybe even millions of dollars. You see what I mean? In college, grades do matter because if you want to, if you're trying to major in something, you gotta get straight. You gotta do good. School don't mind bad grades. They know that everybody, can get good grades. But in college, you kind of have to, man. Like if you might get one bad grade, this is one time. But if you constantly, they gonna see, they gonna get mad at you. You might not, get what you want. You cannot expect to get C's, D's, and occasionally B's and expect to operate on somebody being a surgeon. Like, you can't expect, or do an X-ray scan of somebody, bro. That stuff, it takes time. It takes a lot of dedication. So if you're in college, grades do matter. They do. They really, really do. Bro, if you trying to build a processor that can do response times in under a nanosecond, you can't be flunking. You have to, like, bro, you gotta be Excel. Do you know that? I don't even know if it's even possible. A processor that can respond under a nanosecond. Or a graphics card that can go at 16K resolution graphic. I'm talking the graphics are so clear, you think you dreaming. Dude, bro, do you think the people that make a GTX 380 Ti were C students? And what I mean by that is I'm not talking like every single time they made a C. I'm talking maybe occasionally they might make a C, but for the most part they was they made good grades. That's what I'm assuming. I'm not saying that they constantly made straight C's, bro. If y'all, bro, a GTX 380 Ti, I'm talking amazing graphics. Companies making this stuff. They excelled in college. I'm not saying you can't do it. Who knows? Maybe in a few years, you'd be trying to build a new Intel processor. I don't know. Prove me wrong. I don't know. But, yeah. That's my kind of opinion and stuff about school and grades. So, long story short, grades don't really matter that much. Oh, one more thing, too. If you made this far, thank you. Hey, look, though. Don't be getting bad grades just because I said grades don't matter, bro. I'm not saying that. Okay? If you get bad grades, that's your fault. I'm sorry. If you want to get bad grades because of... No. Let me try to phrase it right. If you want to get bad grades because... on purpose. If you're trying to get bad grades on purpose. When I said if you want to get bad grades, that's your fault. I'm talking like if you want to get bad grades on purpose. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying do your best. Okay? I'm not saying, hey, get bad grades. No. On purpose, I mean. Do not do that on purpose. Don't just flunk school. No, on purpose. I'm not saying if you're doing that unintentionally. I'm saying if you getting straight F's on purpose because I'm not saying that. I'm saying doing your best. I'm just giving my opinion on this. Bro, hey, don't go to school next day and you see a test and you know like 80 out of 82 questions and you get like 80 of them wrong. Because no. You do your best in school, in college. Do not flunk on purpose because of what I said. You do your best in school, okay? Real talk. But anyway, I'm out. Matatore. Thank you for viewing my channel. Hanto Nikasha Itashimasu. And I'm out. I don't want to say bye in Japanese, so bye.